Hi, Barons. I'm going to show you how to access your English texts online as ebooks. It's actually going to be on a site called Sora. So if I come up here and I type Sora, Sora, app, app.com. So soraapp.com is where it's located. And I click enter. It's going to bring you to a page where you want to select your school. Now, I've been here before, so it remembers me that I'm a member of Montgomery County Public Schools. But if it doesn't recognize that you're a part of Bethesda Chevy Chase High School or Montgomery County Public Schools, it will have a link somewhere on the page to switch schools. So you just click on switch schools, and then it might try to figure out where you're from by looking at your data. Yes, it's always tracking your data. So you can always say my school isn't listed, and you can just type in the name of the school. I can do Bethesda, and it'll give me different options of schools around here. Ultimately, you're logging in with Montgomery County Public Schools. I didn't type in Montgomery County Public Schools just because there are multiple Montgomery counties in the United States, but it recognizes that the one that I want here. So I click on here, and then now I click on sign in using Montgomery County Public Schools. And it should automatically recognize you to log in because it's using your .NET account. If it doesn't for some reason, know that your login information is actually just your ID number, not your ID number at mcpsmd.net. For teachers, that's different. It is your .NET account, so a little confusing there. But when you get logged in, it'll show you titles that are already checked out or loaned to you. Your teachers would have already provided me your ID number, and the title should automatically be assigned to you, and they would show up automatically when you log in. If it doesn't come to the loans page, notice that there's a button down here called Shelf. These are all things that you can check out. Now, these are books that I checked out. These are library books that I have borrowed myself. So know that there are books that you can search for and read if you want to read beyond what your English texts are provided to you. But yours might be something like Laramie Project or something else. And then you're just going to click on Open Book. And I'll show you how this works. So it truly is a text of the full book. So this is the Hunger Games right here. And so this is chapter 1 for it. And just to turn the page, all I have to do is click, and it'll actually just keep turning the pages. Some other things that you should be aware of is that you can actually annotate and take notes, and it will save it for you because you're on your own personal account. So what you would do with that is you would click on these three little lines, and you would click on bookmarks. It says to place a bookmark, click the icon at the top of the page. So the bookmark that it's talking about is going to be up here. That would just be truly a bookmark, but I don't think that's really what you want. What you're probably going to want to do is highlight and maybe even take a note about something. It says to create a highlight, click and hold a word, then drag left or right. So if I click done and I wanted to start right here, I click and I drag. Notice now it's highlighted, and I can come all the way over or down. And if I wanted this all to be highlighted, I just unclick. And notice it gives me some option. So if there's a word that I don't know, it can give me the definition. So I would only just highlight a specific word. But I want to actually highlight it. And when I click on highlight, it gives me options of what color I want it to be. So I can make it green if I want it to be. And then notice I can actually take a note. And I would say, I would write something smart here. Ha, I'm funny. And this note would actually show up, and it would be, I would be able to come back and click on it, and this would help me remember what it is. Maybe it's a definition, maybe it's a thought I had about symbols, or something else that is important for me, something that my teacher asked me to annotate, and then I click done. And I will be able to keep coming back to it. So notice here it is. I changed the page, but it's still highlighted. It still has my note. Know that this title you get for 3 months, and then it will just disappear. So know that your notes aren't forever. It's only from the time period that you reserve it. So that's it. That's how you're going to access your texts for